exciting episode at
Montana Haven, Alaska edition.
And in this episode, we're back here in Alaska and we're busy working on starting this painting. So Justin and Ethan are going to get started. Unfortunately, I have to go back to the rental and do something. So we're going to get started here. First, we have to give everything a coat of primer, and then we're going to give it a coat of paint. And we have around 7,000 square feet to do. So it's time to get busy. Welcome to our video and our family. Well, the first thing that we're doing is we're actually taking a blower and we're just blowing off the sanding dust from sanding the texturing. So just kind of getting off the main sanding dust, and then we're going to get started the painting after that, primering first. Here we go, first can of primer. We gotta open it up, verify it's the right color, and then we're going to stir it around. And we actually tinted the primer as well, so the primer and the paint both are going to be the same color, so that it covers better. We don't have to be so concerned then if the paint doesn't cover perfectly. And what we chose, I forget what it's called. Do you remember what it's called, Justin? Oh, I'll have to check it. I'm not sure. Can't remember what it's called, but it's like just a light oatmeal color, kind of a grayish, creamish oatmeal color. Alright, there we go. It was stirred up pretty good anyways already. I think we'll just move it into that. Let's try that. Oh, we need a foam brush, don't we? Go. Yeehaw. First paint. And we're painting away. We got probably about half of the downstairs done so far. Stuff dries super fast. We had to shut the heat off. It was just drying too fast. So, yep, it's too dark to see out here, but we did get this entire main section here. The ceiling isn't done yet, but the walls are. So it's kind of like a slight gray, like a off-white gray. The lighting's not very good. Some of that light, darker stuff is still drying. But yeah, you can see the ceiling, it won't be quite that gray when it dries. Boys are rocking out. Caught ya. Oh, how's it going, boys?
Good.
All right.
Alles, ich probiere alles, das fertig wird.
What?
Nice.
Wenn wir alles fertig wird, das kommt.
Nice. You're getting there. Looks good. Okay, we're making progress. Well, the boys have been working. We got here late, and then I had to leave again, like usual. Seemed like oh, you've got to run around and do stuff and whatever. And so now they've been at it. Now Avalon came back to help. She's gonna be helping, doing some painting. Okay, Okay, what we're doing here is we're masking around the windows because the rollers can only go up to about 1.5 inches or so away from the window. We don't want to get paint on the windows. So I'm masking off the windows, and Avalon is going around and painting them just the last couple inches that we couldn't get with the rollers. So that's what I'm doing. That's what she's doing. And the boys are rolling on the paint. Actually, we're still working on a primer. So once we have these windows done, then the basement is going to be ready for paint. So that's awesome. But we're going to keep putting, We're going to keep putting primer on on the upstairs until we're all done with primer. Then we'll switch over and go to paint. We may run out of primer, so I might have to run to town. And I didn't get quite enough, as much as I felt we might need. I didn't want to overbuy and get too much, so it's going to be almost enough, and then we'll see how much we're short, and then I'll buy that amount, maybe a gallon or a couple gallons. Hopefully not much more than a couple gallons. But I gotta tell you about one really cool thing that happened about that. I was in Home Depot actually, because that's kind of like the cheapest place to get paint. And I was trying to decide what paint to get, because they've got a lot of different kinds of paint. I wasn't really sure. I'm not a painter, you know. And I didn't want to get the cheapest or the most expensive, and I was trying to figure it out. And a guy walks in, and I could tell he was a painter. He had paint on his clothes. So I said, "Hey, you're a painter. Tell me what a good paint is to get." He kind of said, "I wouldn't get it here." He says, "Go up to this other paint place." He said, "I have an account there. Just," he was telling me, he said, "just go up to this other paint place, and here's my card. Just tell them that you can put it on my account, and they'll give you a discount." So I did. I went up there, and he said, "They've got better paint." So I did. That was a real blessing. So I got my paint. The primer I had already bought at Home Depot, and that's kind of basic. That's just the same stuff everywhere. But so we went up to the other place, and I was able to get the better paint for cheaper. So that was such a blessing. And his name of his company was called Blessed Painting. So if you ever need anybody to do painting for you in Wasilla, Alaska, call Blessed Painting. I'm sure if you Google them, they'll be around. So that was really cool. Just a cool thing that happened. The people up here are really nice and helpful. I noticed that. One thing that I really noticed is people that drive are extremely courteous. They will, for example, if you're in a turning lane and they have the right of way, a lot of times they'll just stop and let you go. It's really amazing. You don't see that as much where I come from. I mean, people do that, but it's very prevalent here. It happens like all the time. Every day people do that. So it's really cool. It's nice to do that for other people and have them do that for you. So I think that's pretty neat that people do that. Very courteous about there. You don't see road rage or people getting mad, or I haven't anyways. Well, glad Avalon was here to help. We got some more done. The basement has got all the primer on it, and this is the bathroom. You can see it's still drying, and it's time to quit. So we didn't quite get the high parts right there, but we did get some of the hall and more places. So tomorrow we'll be back. Well, this morning it's snowing. It's probably about 14 to 18 inches of snow on the ground, and I put an ad in free on the Facebook Marketplace thing, Facebook page group, about some pallets that we want to use for an accent wall for up along our truss, as well as behind the bar. So some lady replied. She said, "I've got some old pallets back here." So we came back this morning, and now we're digging some out of the snow here. We're going to take them home, take them apart and let them dry, so that we can then sand them and use them. So we're just going through some of our pallets here. nice for her to let us use it. So trying to find some stuff that's pretty gray and pretty old. So they're pretty cool. I think it's gonna look really nice. Having to clean all the leaves and junk off of them here. Some are pretty broken up, but it's all right. Heading into our drive this morning, and there is a lot of snow on the ground. We plowed it yesterday, and I'd say there's probably about a foot since last night. So quite a bit of snow. We're gonna have to do some shoveling this morning to get into the property here. You can see our tracks here. The trees are so beautiful this morning. They're just hanging over. Very cool. And there you can see how deep the snow is. I'd say pretty much a foot. We got smart and we went to Home Depot and bought these wide commercial rollers. Now we're getting some work done. It's way faster with that. We're on day 3, and in a couple hours we're gonna have everything, maybe an hour or so, we're gonna have everything covered with paint, with primer. Then we just gotta go back and hit everything with paint. Time to check in. How's it going, boys?
Good. We just started this river.
Okay, so they're putting the paint on now. Everything is got primer on it, and let's see, you got the ceiling done and the wall? No, not the ceiling yet. Okay, so there you can see this is the new paint, and that's the primer right there. So it's still kind of wet, so it's not quite the correct color yet. Goes on a lot lighter than it dries a bit darker. We're making good progress.
Meadow said, "Come, Rachel, come. See the kitten? The kitten is little." Rachel said, "Ooh, the kitten is orange, brown, black, and white." Meadow said, "Let the kitten sit on you, Rachel." Rachel sat with the kitten. She loved the little kitten.
All right, we're here at Home Depot, and look at all our tile we bought. Priscilla and I came to Anchorage to do a few things, and this is, takes so long. So we're loading up now. We're gonna go to one more place to look for some flooring, see if we can get some of that. Anyways, we're heading out of here now.
We've bought all our doors now, and we're headed out to the property to drop them off.
All right, good morning. Well, it is an absolutely glorious, beautiful, snowy day today, but clear, cold and clear. Lots of snow. We had around a foot or more of fresh snow the last couple days, but this morning the trees are heavy with snow, but it just is beautiful and clear, so clear and cold. We had around 5 below zero this morning. But as you can tell, we went to a building supply store, got all our doors, and what we picked out after much deliberation, we decided to go with a little bit more expensive, but they're just a better door. Alder, 3-panel shaker style alder doors. So that's what we came up with for our interior doors. And then yesterday, as you could see, we were in Anchorage. Priscilla and I went after some supplies and had an appointment there. And then I had brought Justin out, and he was painting all day. He got almost most of it done. And then Ethan was at home with the other ones teaching school. So we're going to go out and unload these doors, and then we're going to go back to the lumber supply, and we're going to pick up all our trim. It's like 140 pieces or something of 1-inch by 6-inch and 8-inch boards. So a lot of trim, pine trim. So we got to get that in the house so you can get started, make sure it's completely dry, and then probably about next week we're going to be staining those. So we're going to stain them with provincial Minwax stain, and then we're going to give them a couple coats of clear coat of varnish crystal urethane, the same stuff that we put on our logs. So that's going to be what we're going to be doing most of the day. It's already noon. It took so long to get the doors. We'll unload these. Now we have one more little bit of a dilemma. Our drive is not plowed. Michael got his drive plowed, but I wasn't home yesterday, and now it's so cold, I don't think we really want to get the skid steer started. If I can't get in, I may have to fire up the excavator. I did get in yesterday, but it was really a scratch to get in there. I don't know if we can get in or not, but I may have to. I was hoping I don't have to plow today and we can let it go till Monday. It's going to warm up, and then I'll do a quick plow on Monday. So we'll see if I can get in. We'll get these doors unloaded, have a quick bite to eat, and then we'll head back out to get the trim. But what's so cool is this time of year, the sun is coming up just over the mountains, and it's skimming along the top of the mountains, and then it's dropping back down over the horizon. And then at the same time, the moon is going down over here, and you can't see it right now, but it's like a full moon. It's so beautiful, and it's coming up just a couple hours later again behind the mountains. So it's dipping down behind the mountains, and it's just coming up just early, and then the sun is just coming up, skimming over the top of the mountains in the south and dropping back down. So it's pretty cool. Anyways, we're here now. We're gonna see if we can get in our drive. Probably can because it's colder. Oh boy. Hang on. Gotta get me in 4-wheel drive here. Okay, there you can see the 3-panel doors. This is actually the top of the door right here, and that's the bottom. I think they look pretty nice. A little bit hard to see with that plastic on there, I guess. We're gonna give them, like I said, a darker stain and then a clear finish, so they should turn out pretty nice. And then, pretty excited about this. This is a sneak peek of our tile floors that we're gonna be putting in there. I think those are gonna come out pretty nice. They look like planks. 1,000 pounds of tile is what we're carrying in. Actually, more than that. It's 1,000 pounds of just the flooring. And then this is gonna be our shower tile right here. And that's probably another 300 or 400 pounds of that stuff. And then that's the flooring. We just brought one along. And I think I'll wait to show you that until later. Do you want to see a pile of trim? Look at this pile of trim right here. Wow. And we're not even done yet. There's even more we got to load. We've been out here in this freezing weather for like an hour and a half. Loading up, trying to sort through. Like I said earlier, I'm having to get the trim out here. Well, I could order it someplace else, but it's way more expensive. It's like 50% more. So I'm willing to grub and do what I need to do to get trim out of here. I'm just having to sort through a lot of them to try to find the quality that I'm looking for. And unfortunately, they're outside the weather, so they're going to be pretty damp. But I'm going to take them in. I'm going to keep fans blowing on them for 3 or 4 days. Get a humidifier running in there in the house, and with all the heat 70 degrees, they should. I'll stick them really nice so that they hopefully they won't twist as they dry. So by the time we're getting ready to varnish and stain them, hopefully they'll be dry enough and they'll quit doing their, they won't go on any pretzels or anything like that. So yeah, we're just gonna do this. It's Friday evening, and then we're gonna call it a day. Just look how beautiful it is. It's like blue skies and very chilly, but just beautiful. The mountains are just beautiful. You can really see there's mountains that direction. I don't know how far, 70 miles away, I'm guessing 50 to 75 miles, maybe more. And then the other direction, there's also mountains way out in the distance. They're probably more, at least 75 or more. So we can just see a long ways, mountains on 3 sides. Anyways, I gotta jump in the truck. My fingers are freezing. And here we are. We've got to unload this big pile of wood. Inside, stack it, sticker it, make sure it'll dry. Well, there we have it. We've got everything in here. It's quite late now. It took the whole day to buy all these trim boards, get them on the truck, get them in here. We got them weighted down with tile, and we got all the doors, bought those all and got them in here. Now hopefully over the weekend these things will dry and into next week, and then we'll start the massive project of staining them and finishing them. But right now it's Friday evening and it's time to call it a day.
So we found this amazing long hill here in Hatcher Pass where we've just been sledding and skiing. There's a bunch of people that do that here. It's a cheap way to ski and sled. We just always have to drive down the hill, the mountain again, and pick them all up. So that's what I was doing. But yeah, we're just having a wonderful Saturday afternoon here and letting the children sled and ski.
And they're off down the mountain. There goes Ethan skiing, and Justin. Woo, that was a good jump. Nice air. Oh, wipe out. And there they come. Let's see if they go flying here. Catch some air. Oh, a little bit. Nice. People flying everywhere. And there he comes. That looks like Justin. There we go, nice one. There's Wyatt coming down. Woo! It's flying. Right over the big jump. Yeah, good air. Nice one, Wyatt.
So Chloe got her first reading books and she's getting ready to read her very first story. Yep, du ska då.
Is I brown big? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Dad said, "Look, Rachel, look." Peter, look.
Andrew.
Andrew, see Bess run the
Yeah, good job.
Peter said, I see. Bess can run. Bess can jump. See,
This is Avalon doing her math.
run,
It looks complicated, Avalon. Good job. 6th grade math.
jump. Look.
Let's go check up on Wyatt, see how he's doing. Oh, you're doing cursive, Wyatt. Good job. Okay, Wyatt, what grade are you in?
3rd grade.
3rd grade, you're doing cursive, okay. And these are all the letters that Chloe has read, learned so far.
She's almost done.
Almost done with her letters. Well, today it's Monday morning, and what did we get done so far today, boys? Justin?
Shoveled snow
Ethan?
and more snow.
And more snow. So we're now driving out to the property after it's like 2:30, and we're finally getting out here. We shoveled, I think, how many? 4 neighbors out, something like that, and plus ourselves. So we've been busy shoveling. We got a lot of snow over the weekend, but here I came out here, and you know, Michael, who lives on the same property, they moved up here and they're building the other cabin. He did a good Samaritan act on me. I told him not to, but he went and plowed my drive, which is pretty awesome, because I was going to do that when I get out here. So let me show you how deep the snow is out here. So here we go. It's like, I don't know, 24, 30 inches out here. It is major. Got a little path to go through here. Ay, that is deep. Yeah, it's over 2 feet for sure. Wow. And this morning he sent me a video of a moose right here, right by this corner, wandering through here, having a snack on the brush. There we had a tree fall down, looks like a dead one, but toppled over from the snow. And Michael is still at it. Wow. It is definitely winter. Nuts. Justin, go stand by that. Look how deep that is. That comes to almost their waist. Look at that. That is deep, deep, deep. That's a lot of snow. That is some serious snow. My goodness. This is crazy. Look how deep the snow is. Unbelievable. Wow. Ay. Can't believe it. I gotta get a shovel over here. Okay, let's go outside and see how Michael's getting along here. Just a digging. Wow. Okay, well, what we're doing here, you guys, is remember these pallets we got the other day? Kendall's over here to inspect, to make sure we're doing a good job. Michael's son, Kendall. Anyways, these pallets right here, we've had them dry over the weekend now. We're going to take them apart, and then we're going to use these, like I mentioned, up along the gable. And we're gonna sand them lightly, and then of course give them a coat of varnish. So there's gonna be grayed out boards, so they'll be pretty neat looking, I think. So then we're gonna work on that, since we forgot to get our paint. We're a couple of gallons short, and then so we could finish the walls, but unfortunately we forgot to get the paint. So that'll be tomorrow, I guess. We'll take these pallets apart. Okay, we have to go see the sunset, they say. Oh boy, look at that. Now that's a picture. Wowzers. All this snow and the sunset. Well, you're probably wondering what I'm doing here. And if you can tell, I am staining these boards dark green. And my goal here is to use this for the outside trim of the windows to kind of match the roof. And I mix this paint with water to give it a watered down, washed look. Basically what I'm doing is I'm just giving this a coat like that. And you can hear the boys in the next room cutting those pallets, the nails. Then I was taking this and just lightly working into the wood and taking some of it off there just to give it a light green color. And that's, I think, kind of how I like to see it right there. And that's going to be used on the outside. I'll set it over here and let it dry. Mix up my paint a little bit. Oh, I just dropped my mixer in there. And these boards right here that I'm using are all the way from Montana. These were cut on our sawmill. I brought them up here to use for exactly this reason. We use it for all the exterior fascia on the portion on the roof. And we still don't have the outside of the windows trimmed, so that's what this is going to be for. I had just been concentrating on working on the inside. But now that we've got everything kind of the drywall hung and everything, I can get these prepped. So we'll come back tomorrow, get a couple gallons of paint and finish the sheetrock. We forgot to get that today with all the snow. Threw us off kilter. I just kind of like the way that looks. You know? Probably a better way to do this type of cloth or something. Might wipe some of that off. Give it just a light green look. Yeah, I think that's cool. Well, we've got everything stained with this green tint now, so I think that's going to actually make the outside pop a little bit and make the windows look kind of like the trim, like the fascia, so or the roof. So I think it's going to look kind of neat. Just a little special touch. So we're gonna let that dry. We'll come back tomorrow, and then next thing we got to do is finish painting. There's still about 2 gallons of paint to put on, a few hours of paint, and then all these pallet pieces that the boys took apart, we're going to sand those and sticker them so they can dry. And then we might get started on the tile on the master bathroom, on the shower. That's kind of the next thing. I like to get that thing out of the way, and then we'll probably do the tile floors. And then next week it's going to be all of this trim, working on staining that. I don't know if we can get that done in a week or not. That's going to be a big project. That is crazy how much trim. That's going to take weeks for us to put all that trim on. It's insane how much trim that is. I can't even believe it. I would say I figured wrong if I didn't believe myself. So anyway, that's what we're doing. Yeah, we spent a lot of time today shoveling snow, and I forgot to video any of that. I was just too occupied with shoveling, but yeah, there is a lot of snow. But anyways, okay, thank you so much for watching this video, and we'll see you on the next video as we continue to work on our house. And some of you have been asking, can we be in by Christmas, January? Originally I thought for sure by Christmas, but then that didn't pan out. So I was thinking probably in January, but now our cabinets aren't going to be here until the end of January. So I'm going to give myself plenty of time and say hopefully by the end of February we'll have everything wrapped up. Because I know the trim takes a long time to do, and just the detail work takes a while. So, and if we get delayed with more snow and just different things, we're trying not to push it anyways. We're here to enjoy Alaska, so that's what we're here for. But anyway, so thank you so much for watching this video, and we will see you on the next one. Until then, God bless you.